Y'all, that microphone always gives me the blues. I don't know. I may just stop using that thing. I don't know why. I mean, it was green when I had it plugged up, but then, as you can see, I had to do the voiceover, and none of my voice was captured. So anyway, y'all just saw I just did that voiceover, but I'm going to have to always stop and check because that thing gives me anxiety, not knowing if it's recording or not. So anyway, I showed y'all. Let me just go back and share with y'all just in case I decide not to do the voice recording or the voiceover. So we looked at all the bills up to the 25th for the month that was paid. I checked them off as paid, and I told y'all that I canceled Spectrum. However, I canceled it on the 10th. Now, and that's going to free up about $150 because I still have internet, which is, I want to say it's $59.99 plus taxes and fees. But then, and then I have a home phone, which is $19.99. So, I won't see the $150. I won't actually see that savings until next month, the month of August, okay? So here's my monthly bill tracker that I created on Canva, and I just went through here and I checked off everything that was paid. So I paid the Apple iCloud storage, Canva, Epidemic Sound, Amazon Prime, Dillard's. Oh, and then Dillard's this is going to be the last Dillard's payment that you see because this balance has been transferred to a no interest balance card, and I think it's Bank of America. I think we transferred it to Bank of America that I'm now paying. So hopefully I'll have this paid off within like the next year or so. So Dillard's, and it wasn't $237. I think it was like $141 that was paid. Netflix has been paid. Nelnet, which is my student loan for my master's degree, and I don't have to start paying that back just yet, but it will be soon. And once I have to start paying that back, I'll let y'all know what it is, and then it'll go on the monthly bill tracker, or the monthly bill tracker, and on my monthly bill pages. Pay for Google storage, Splice, Facetune, cell phone was paid, cloth and paper subscription was paid, Mohila was paid. I have not signed Rider back up yet for this pup box, but I probably will soon since it's almost like the holidays. I'll probably sign him back up for that, but as of July, no. Peacock was paid, water bill was paid, TXU was paid, Hulu and Disney Plus, Apple TV, Riders Well Plan, and then, like I say, Spectrum. I think that's coming up due. I haven't paid it just yet, but I think it's coming up due. I think it's due on the 29th. So that's Monday. Okay. So I have here my no spin stickers from A Pink Cloth Life. I love these no spin stickers here. So that's everything that was paid. Now, what we're going to be doing in this video is, like I said, looking at my no spend challenge to see how many no spend days I have thus far. If you have not seen my July budget setup, I will link it in the cards so you guys can check it out, and also it'll be in the description box. But one of my goals for July was to have a low spend or no spend month, and I wanted to have at least 20 no spend days. That's the goal, okay? And I think we can do it, y'all. I think we're gonna do it. Also, counting up the no spend days, and we're gonna look at or track my weekly expenses for weeks 1, weeks 2, and week 3. Why did I say weeks as if there was like more than 1 week in week 2? All right. So I have here my micro notes from the Happy Planner. I got this from Go Wild. It was in the Happy Planner free gift that they gave us. So I know this was like a lot, y'all, but it's only all on one day, 1 or 2 days. But we're still doing good, okay? And then I need to grab my markers here. Gas, groceries, that should have been green. What is this? Household, eat out, and for spending. These are my Right Tech markers that I have when I do the highlighter method for tracking my weekly expenses. And let's do that. So I am going to speed through this, play out some music while I notate all of my expenses for each of the weeks, and then we'll come back to discuss. Okay, y'all, I have all of my expenses written down. So now we're going to do the highlighter method and come in and highlight each category that corresponds with my marker here. And then I'm going to total it up here at the bottom. So we have what? Let's see. What is this? Gas. Then we have eat out. Tina over at A Pink Cloth Life does hers like this, and so that's where I got this from. And spending, miscellaneous, and then do we have, is that it? Just 3 categories for this week? Okay. All right, so we have gas, and gas has this one here. Do we only have 1 gas? Yeah, so that's not hard. That is $20. So that's for gas. And then we have eat out, which is what? Brown. So we have eat out. Okay, so we got Wingstop. Then we have Chick-fil-A. Then we have Golden Chick. Okay, and then for eat out, we have $14.81 plus $13.18, and then $22.70, which is a total of $50.72. So $50.72. And then, oh, we have groceries. Okay. Then we have spending and miscellaneous. Okay. So we have one here at work for vending. Then we have Walmart. Then we have Robin's Planting Nest. And then we have Ace Parking. And see, those total up to be $205, $12.94, $18.04, and then $20 for $53.03. $53.03. If I can hold this marker. And then groceries is this turquoise color. So groceries, you only have 1 item here for groceries, and that is for $82.34. This was the week of the 4th of July. So now let's total up everything. So we have 20 for gas, $50.72 in the category for eat out, $53.03 in our spending and miscellaneous category, and then $82.34 for groceries, for a total spent for the week June 30th through July the 6th, $206.09. Can y'all see that? There we go, $206.09. And I'm just gonna put here total spent $206.09. Okay, so that's how much we spent for the first week, or week 1 in July. We're gonna go to week 2, and then I'll do my paycheck budgets in the next video. Yeah, I'll do that in the next video. So this one is gonna be really quick. So we have spending and miscellaneous, and then we have, well, eat out. Okay, so for this week here, let's see, where is my eat out? It's the brown here. So we have on July the 8th, we spent, that is not right. Spending. That's why it's good to have your ledger there. Okay, now spending for $205. We're gonna put $205. And then for eat out, we have 2 days. Chick-fil-A for $6.59, and then Wendy's for $5.95. So $6.59 plus $5.95, and that gives us a total of $12.54. $12.54. So $12.54 and $205. Total of $14.59 spent this week. This was a good week. So total spent $14.59. Really, really good. Okay. I'm gonna come back and do my no spends days. All right. Now for this past week, week 3, we have what? Household. Then we have spending, miscellaneous. We have gas. Then we have eat out. Okay, so now what do we have? Eat out is this brown. Household is this yellow. Spending is this pink for coral. And then we don't have anything for groceries, no. And then do we have gas? Yes, gas is purple. All right, so let's go with household. Household has one line item here. And that totals, I think we just have one for that week. And that was $102.82. I really think that should have been more like personal, but since I don't have a marker already established for personal, I'm just going to use the household. Then we have spending and miscellaneous. Okay, Target, Dollar General, Target again. I think this was a Target online purchase, I think. Then we have Bath and Body Works. Then we have Amazon. Okay, so for these Targets, like I said, that should have been personal spending. A lot of this stuff was for I mean, it's household, but it's my like toiletries and personal items and things like that. All right, then for gas, we have one line item here for Kroger. Is that it? Just one. Then we have eat out. And y'all, this weekend, this was the week my husband and my son went to Philadelphia, New Jersey, Atlantic City for a basketball tournament. I don't know if I told y'all that. I think I probably did when I was setting up my July monthly budget. And y'all, so it was just me and the girls here. And as y'all can see, we had a blast. But some of these dates like are not, some of the dates are like overlapping, because I didn't eat out at Taco Casa, Five Guys, Baskin Robbins, Burger King, and Chick-fil-A and Rudy's on the 15th. I want to say, and that's why it's important to notate whenever you do your spending, notate it in your, well, however you're going to notate it. So that way this won't happen, okay? So that you can have a true and accurate account of when you spent your money. All right, so we've got household. Let's do the spending and miscellaneous totals. So we have $34.56 plus $31.40, $30.26, $10.94, and $47.62. Now this Amazon purchase was during Amazon the Prime days, and I only spent $47.62, so I'm proud of myself. All right, so for this week's spending and miscellaneous category, in the spending and miscellaneous category, I spent $154.78. Gas, I only spent $20.06. And then for eating out, what did we spend? We spent a lot in eating out, I want to say, because y'all, me and girls went to Five Guys, and y'all see we went 2 days in a row. We went Saturday and Sunday. It was so good. Taco Casa, I think, and this was like that Friday, I went for work, and then so my coworkers paid me back, but they paid me in cash. And so since I use my debit card, I just put it as a weekly expense. I'm just tracking it as a weekly expense. So $17.38. I didn't eat $17 worth of food at Taco Casa, but I did at Five Guys because y'all, they are not cheap. $11.56. We had ice cream at Baskin Robbins, the girls and I, after we ate at Five Guys. Then one day I ate at Burger King, $7.74. This was my bowl of soup. Y'all, I love Chick-fil-A's chicken soup. Love it. Now I got off. Did I calculate that $7.74? I think I did. So for eating out, which is terrible, this week was $79.35. $79.35. This week is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So now let's calculate everything. Let's add everything up. So 102.82, 154.78, 20.06, and then 79.35 for a total of $357.01 for this week here. Too much. Too much. $357.01. That is too much. I wasn't tracking my expenses just to be transparent. As I was making these transactions, and even week 2 and week 1, I wasn't actively immediately tracking my expenses. If so, I feel like I wouldn't have spent this much. But for the video, I wanted to show y'all what I spent. So I went through my bank account, and I looked at the days that the transactions posted, and that's how I wrote these down. And I missed something. I did on 7/20 for Dawkins Aroma. I spent $80.49. It's okay. It's all right. We was already over budget anyway. It's okay. So All right. I hope I got everything. And is that the last week? I want to say, yes, that's the last week. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to do this week until Sunday. Yeah. Okay. And so, y'all, now let's do our no spend. Let's see how many days of no spends do we have. Okay. So we didn't spend anything, and I don't count bills as an expense because you got to pay those. So I'm not counting those in my no spend days, because if a bill is due, you got to pay it. So those are not counted in the no spend days. So I didn't spend anything on the 1st. I got to get some more of these stickers too. Okay. So nothing spent on July 1st. Yay. Nothing spent on July 2nd. Yay. I did spend on the 3rd. Nothing spent on the 4th. On the 5th, nothing spent. And I did spend on the 6th. This was the weekend of my sorority's boule. And that's what the parking charge is for, and something else. Okay, so now we're going to go, because boule was from the 5th through the 11th, okay? And we went to a step show on Saturday. All right, so let's see. Nothing spent on the 7th. Yay. Y'all let me know down below if y'all are in this no spend or low spend July with me. On the 8th, I did spend nothing. On the 9th. Yeah, I'm going to need some more of these ASAP. Nothing on the 9th. On the 10th, I spent nothing. On the 11th. And on the 12th, yes. 13th. I'm going to say I did spend on the 12th. Okay. 13th, no spend. Okay, now let's flip to the 14th to the 20th. On the 14th, I didn't spend anything. Yes, I did. We went to Five Guys. 14th. Actually, really, all of these items should be on the 14th. Okay. The 15th, I did spend. I got something from Chick-fil-A. Nothing on the 16th. That Tuesday. Oh, that was Prime. And I spent on the 17th. Yep, I did. I didn't put that down, but I did spend on the 17th. On the 17th, yes, I did. 18th, no spend. That was on a Thursday, so no spend there. On the 19th, I don't show any spend. Yeah, 19th, this was Raylan's birthday. So yeah, no spend because it was already bought. So no spend on the 19th. And then on the 20th, oh, you know what? I got sick. Y'all, yes, I got sick with the C word here on the 17th. So there was no work. Went back to work, overdid it. And so yeah, and said no work. Okay, so yeah, so y'all, that's all of the no spend days thus far. So now let's see, how many do we have? I wanted to have 20 for the month, and we have how many more days left? 6 more days. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not going to make 20 because we only have 6 days left. I'm not going to make it. But you know what, y'all? having 12 no spend days, yes, I am here for it. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday. And then this week we had Sunday. Okay. I'll do that. Sunday. Then we had Tuesday and Thursday. And then and Saturday. This week here, the 14th to the 20th. The 16th, that's what? Tuesday? Is that Tuesday? Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right. And so y'all, that is it. I wanted to come in and update y'all on my no spend days, my weekly expense tracking, and the bills that have already been paid. So y'all, that is it for this video. Y'all let me know, how are y'all doing with the no spend or low spend July? Leave it down in the comments below. Let me know how y'all are doing with this challenge. And if you're keeping up with it, let me know. If you joined, I did see someone commented that they would join me on the no spend or low spend July. So let me know down below, how are you coming along? It doesn't matter if you have been spending. It's just you wanting to be accountable and being aware of what you're spending, how much you're spending, and what categories you're spending your money in. So let me know down below. I'd like to know, and I'm pretty sure others would like to know as well. So y'all, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Justrachellew. And thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.